What's going on? It is Ash here coming at you today in Clash Royale. Today is going to be an amazing video. By popular request, I'm going to do 2.6 Hog Cycle deck, one of the quintessential free-to-play deck, versus every single popular deck that we can get our hands on in today's video. It's going to be long, but I'll have timestamps of every single matchup in the description and in the pinned comment for you guys. So if you have to come back to the video, bookmark it, whatever, you'll have that kind of template for you guys. That way you can have easy access. But I'm not alone today because Jack and Lucas don't speak fluent English. Sometimes, you know, I need somebody. I need a backup. I need to call in my main man, Rainbow, who's been a Hog player for years. Really good player with existence. Rainbow, welcome to the channel, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you? And I mean, it's a pleasure to be on your channel. I've been on a few times just with replays, but it's really amazing to finally be on voice.
Yeah, dude, all the way from Denmark, right?
Yeah.
All the way from Denmark. You're known for playing, like, you play this season and the last couple seasons, right? You played 2.6 on ladder? Yeah,
pretty much.
But before that, you were known for, like, your signature Lumberjack Hog Inferno Dragon deck, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's still, like, I would have to say it's still my favorite deck, but the deck is just not really that good in the meta right now. There are so many counters, so I'm waiting until Supercell makes some balance changes, so my deck is gonna be really good again, and then I'm going back to the Hog Lumberjack deck.
All right, well, hey, man, we'll chat throughout this video, but we have so many matches to get to. It's gonna be a combination of live matches. We're also gonna go over a replay from Lucasxgamer, and also I'm gonna play you, kind of filling in any of the decks that we can't find on ladder throughout the next few hours at the end of this video. So, ready to get to it?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. Here we go. All right, so against Roosta. Oh, he's showing the Inferno Tower. He knows who it is. All right, so we're not sure what he's playing yet, but okay, obviously you went in there with Hog and Skeletons to start things out. Are you always starting with Hog plus Ice Spirit plus Skeletons if it's on your opening hand?
Yeah, Hog always, and if I have Ice Spirit or Skeletons, I'll play one of them, but I prefer to play Ice Spirit.
Okay. And if you don't have Hog in your starting hand?
Then if I have Ice Spirit, yeah, I will just cycle an Ice Spirit at the bridge, or I'll cycle Skeletons in the back, or maybe an Ice Golem in the back.
Okay. So this guy looks like a graveyard deck, but...
Yeah, maybe.
So generally against graveyard, are you going to try to always hit opposite lane?
Yeah, no, it really depends. I try to split my damage a lot because it's really important to not be forced to go always in the same lane as the graveyard. Mm-hmm. And then always save the cannon. That's really important. Yeah. Because the cannon is definitely like the best counter to the graveyard in 2.6.
Yeah, it does work on defense, as you just saw there. So always saving the cannon. Are you always placing the cannon in that position there? Is that the correct every time?
Yeah.
Or do you switch it up? Okay.
I pretty much play there every time. It doesn't really matter. It's not the most important. Where you place it, just try to play it so that the Musketeer, if you have a Musketeer on defense, so that the Musketeer is outside of the poison range, so they can't poison both the cannon and the Musketeer. Okay. It's not always possible, but
okay,
if you can do it, then that's really good. And then I just cycle basically as many Hogs as possible.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay.
To always keep up the pressure.
Okay, so you're keeping up the pressure offensively. It's weird because against graveyard, like, you always just hear never go same lane, but it doesn't, for you, it's not that big of a deal because you cycle so fast, and you don't, and you feel like you can defend. Yep.
And now I cycle back to another Hog. Just always pressure, make them split their push.
Okay. And that time, obviously, you did go opposite lane because you don't want to deal with, you know, a ton of a big counter push, obviously.
Yeah, no, you never want to push into the same lane if they already have something there. It's only if they don't have a troop in the lane.
I got you. So it's like, I get you. And I totally see what you're saying now. Relentless pressure with the Hog, so he can't build up that big push, and you're just hitting whatever lane he's not coming at you in, basically.
Yeah. And then I just cycle the Musketeers on defense all the time. It doesn't matter if he can poison. You still gotta keep cycling the Musketeer.
Okay. So he goes in. You have another cannon at the ready there, so nice defense. He does poison, but still you have that Hog in there. Ooh. Get 2 hits with that hog. That was nice. So far, pretty textbook on your end defensively here against Graveyard.
Yeah, and then always you want to just keep cycling the Musketeer, especially right now because I knew he didn't have the poison in hand.
Mm-hmm. So keep cycling Musketeer in the lane that he's going for.
Yes.
Okay.
Because you want your Musketeer to take out the especially the baby dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And then also it's really good to save the log for the graveyard because only a cannon is not enough to take out all of the skeletons. So it can be really good if you also have the log to help out the cannon.
Okay. So here we go, already a minute into overtime here, but you're still being aggressive, but you're not being, like, stupid either, you know?
Yeah, and then sometimes, like right here, I didn't really have a very good play, so I just cycled a fireball on defense.
Yeah. And there goes the hog again. And this is noteworthy here because a predictive fireball. So it's noteworthy that this is actually, like, a lot of people consider this an incredibly challenging matchup because he has both the NATO and the Tombstone, but just staying aggressive is allowed you to kind of bypass that, I guess, right?
Yeah. In this matchup, it's really crucial to always stay aggressive because if you sort of like let off, then you get in a cycle where your opponent is always aggressive. They can like cycle a graveyard with maybe only just an ice golem or a barb barrel, and then it's really hard to defend all the time because they just chip away just a little damage at a time. But in the end, you won't really be able to do anything offensively, and then you're just gonna lose by slowly getting chipped out.
Awesome. So stay aggressive, keep cannon, keep log, keep cycling Musketeers. Got it.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. Let's go to the next matchup. All right, here we go. Not sure what we're gonna get. Shout out to Rooster, by the way, the guy who knew the Inferno Tower emote. All right. So he starts out with the Tombstone as well. This one could be a Lava Hound, or it could be a Royal Giant, or it could be another Graveyard.
Yeah. So it's
Lava Hound. The most difficult matchup according to you, or LavaLoon, right?
Yeah.
And he's playing the classic.
Looks like it.
So what is going to be the fundamentals here? Obviously, a nice lucrative push here to start things out for you, but LavaLoon's coming in hot, and I'm worried.
Yeah. All right, so here I'm just going to wait until the Lava Hound pops.
In Fireball?
And I'm going to Fireball. Yeah.
Nice.
And hopefully take no hits. Yeah, okay. Oof, that was really close.
Ooh, that was close. Now, when we watch Jack play, sometimes we watch Lucas play. By the way, who do you think, I'm not to put you in the spot, feel free not to answer, but who do you think the best 2.6 player in the world is?
Right now, I think Lucas is like has a slight edge.
Okay.
He like never makes mistakes.
Yeah.
And he has like so many insane plays that you don't really understand.
Yeah.
Even as a good 2.6 player myself, I sometimes I don't get how he does what he does.
Yeah. We're actually going to watch a Lucas replay right now to cover how to beat Giant Prince matchups after this match. But let's go back into this matchup here. I agree that Lucas is absolutely phenomenal, not just with 2.6, he's just a great player all around, but incredible with 2.6. But anyway, here it comes, another LavaLoon push. So what are you trying to do here? Are you trying to cycle the 2 cannons, or?
I would, but right now I already have a Musketeer down, so if I try to cycle 2 cannons, I'll just get lightning, and then he would...
That's true.
He would just take the tower right away, so in this situation I couldn't. But it is something that you want to do. You want to cycle the 2
and that was a nice ice golem there, man. Beautiful ice golem. He lightnings, but it doesn't matter. You still keep 1 Musketeer alive. And wow. All right, so keeping the pressure up, only 45 seconds here. So far, what have you been doing that's giving you this lead with 40 seconds left?
You always have to keep up the pressure, especially when they already have a Lava Hound push down. You want to go opposite lane. So they have to spend elixir to try and defend.
Mm-hmm. So
and then here, yeah.
You might win this if you can just cannon here, right?
Yeah, if I can just stop this one push.
Yep. And he doesn't have a lot of time. Oh, okay. Pull the cannon. Lightning's now down.
No, I can't.
Okay.
Defend that. So we're just gonna have to go into...
On that cannon, in hindsight, maybe if you had placed it like higher or something?
Yeah, it would have probably something. or just like if I would have spaced out the Musketeer and the. But
all
here
right.
he plays all of his cards in front of the.
Lava Hound.
Yeah. So the support cards don't really do anything.
You don't get a hit there, unfortunately, but you're just chipping away the log. Now 20 seconds into overtime here.
Yeah, so here I already have like a push going, so I'm gonna take down the tombstone so I can go aggressive.
Nice.
I don't have to worry about the tombstone.
Nice. He's also going pretty aggressive here. Nice.
And then
2
I
Musketeers.
can make a minion.
Oh,
And it's really important. It's really important to defend the Musketeers always.
You're doing a great job of that. He is building up some serious elixir here, but he places the tombstone a little bit low. He's forced to lightning there. You fireball in, get a swing with that hit there, so that was nice. Now it's tricky though, because like now you know what's going to happen. A huge push.
Yeah, a huge push. He's just gonna go all out.
Do you go all out offensively, or what are you doing here?
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go with the Hog here, force him to defend some more. And then I'll cycle Fireball, so I get closer to cycling him. Then if I can do this, and then just one more Fireball. One more Fireball. Will it be out in time?
Oh, yes!
There we
Nice! Wow, man, that was really well played. Okay, so aside from that mistake that you made with the cannon and the Musketeer maybe too close together at the very end of regulation, looking back there, it looked to me like you were applying a lot of pressure with the Hog. Even the same lane, it didn't matter. You just kept making him play defense there. And anything beyond that in terms of keys for that matchup?
Yeah, the important thing to note, when I go in the same lane as the Lava Hound, I only do it if I already have a Musketeer up. So it's sort of a way to go aggressive whilst defending the Musketeer with the Ice Golem and the Hog, so the Musketeer can chip away at the Lava Hound. And then once the support cards, they kill the Hog and they're at the bridge, then hopefully the Lava Hound will have died as well.
Okay, yeah, and you played really well. That was a great match. Great balloon pull to the opposite lane too there at the very end on the pocket. All right, man, let's watch the Lucas replay like we told the viewers here. So this one is going to be against a giant triple spell miner. Obviously a very popular deck being played by a very, very good player. Lucas able to pick up the victory, but do you want to kind of watch it and break down how he was able to do it?
Yeah, sure.
All right, I'm going to press play in 3, 2, 1, go. And again, this is Lucasxgamer, who's amazing, a hog god, to say the least. I'll actually link a video of like half an hour of Lucas gameplay from last season if you guys want to see more of him after this video is over. But anyway, just go into the mind of Lucas here, Rainbow, and tell us what he's doing.
Yeah. So like me, he also likes to start with the Hog. He obviously doesn't play the Ice Spirit or the Skeletons. But the thing that I've noticed with Lucas is, like, what makes him so good is, like, the little plays. You see that Ice Spirit to fully stop a hunter with just an Ice Spirit. Those little plays and how to get, like, incredible value out of your one extra cards is so important. And that's something that he does really, really well.
And that's something that really separates, like, an average 2.6. I'm not saying you're not saying that you're average. I'm just saying, like, an average 2.6 to me and a beast mode 2.6 player. I think those are probably the little things that people can work on, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So right there on that defense, he actually made a small mistake. He played the Musketeer right on top of the cannon, so his opponent was able to fireball zap both the Musketeer and the cannon. But again, he got a lot of value out of his one elixir card, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah, and he hasn't. So in this situation, he's behind an elixir. So what is going through his head right now? He sees the giant. He automatically goes opposite lane.
Yeah, it's really important every time they play giant to go opposite lane, even if they have like the hard counter, if they have the guards, the hunter, or even if they have like a mini P.E.K.K.A. You always want to go opposite lane always, just to make them play some elixir. And then another thing that's really important is to play the skeletons on top of the giant right away. Like you want to use it to force out the dog or the zap, because otherwise those skeletons are going to get so much chip damage. So in this instance, Closer wasn't actually able to really do anything with his giant push because he was forced to take out the skeletons.
Okay. And this time we actually pulled off a pretty big push there, and he used the Ice Golem. Talk about when to use the Ice Golem in front. Obviously, with a Hunter in their hand is a perfect situation. So
yeah, really. Yeah, I would say that you should pretty much use the Ice Golem in front as much as possible, especially in a matchup like Giant, because it's really important to get the little extra damage. And also, when you have the Musketeer alive, you always want to play the Ice Golem in front, because not only does it protect the Hog, it also protects the Musketeer for a little longer, which is really important.
Okay. Yeah, that's one thing that I've always been kind of unclear on, honestly, is the when to use Ice Golem in front. I mean, there's obvious situations, right? But like there, he didn't use Ice Golem. It's just because he didn't have enough elixir, I guess.
Yeah, and also just because his opponent has like the really good counters, and it's sort of like you want to play the Ice Golem mostly if it's a counter push, because if you do it when it's not a counter push, then your opponent can defend the 6 elixir,
Okay.
and then they get a really big push afterwards, and you don't really have anything to defend with. So it's sort of like a really risky play to do it.
I get you.
If there's really nothing on the map.
That makes perfect sense to me now that you say it like that. So basically, I mean, if you have a surviving Ice Golem, all good, all fine and well, send in the Hog. But if you're just trying to pressure opposite lane really quickly to get some chip damage or whatever, then just send in the Hog.
Yeah. And here also, you see Lucas, he defended the Musketeer from the Miner with the Log, and that's so important. You always have to defend the Musketeer, both from miners and also at the bridge, because it can get so much value.
Okay. Yeah, it seems to be a big key of this deck. And this time, Close is going really, really aggressive here. And almost gets to him.
Yep. Yeah, Lucas made maybe a little bit of an overcommitment with the spell cycle, but in the end he was able to
finish off
to get the tower down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very well played. So keys to that Giant matchup, or any Giant deck for that matter, keys seem to be, as soon as they Giant, no matter what, you're pressuring opposite lane with Hog, you're playing the Skeletons right immediately at the bridge, forcing out that spell out of them early, and then you're just adding nice separation with the Musketeer of the cannon and making sure you protect the Musketeer.
Yeah, pretty
awesome.
much.
All right, let's
and
go.
Then just, yeah, and it's really important that you, when they play Giant in the back, you never want to pressure them with the Ice Golem Hog. You only want to do is just a single Hog, because otherwise it's an overcommitment, and you will maybe get like 1 or 2 extra hits, but it's going to be really difficult to defend.
Okay, perfect. That's a really important key too. All right, here we go. Start out with the lucky. What's your favorite emote, Rainbow?
Oh, it has to be. Let me just find it. It's this princess peace out emote.
Oh, okay, that's a good one.
And I also like one of just the OG emotes. Let me see if I can find it. I have so many. Yes, the Goblin Knife.
Oh yeah, it's funny that's OG. When you say OG, I thought you were gonna be.
Oh
like,
yeah, no,
that
no.
OG.
I actually also like just the OG angry emote. It's sort of like a little bit nostalgic, just because there's so many.
Exactly, it like brings back memories. So this could be a Golem deck here. It is.
Yep.
All right. So what is your strategy going to be against Golem? Golem is people tend to think it's easier for 2.6, but at the same time, ironically, it's one that I get asked about one of the most frequently.
Yeah. It's a matchup where if the 2.6 player plays really well, he's gonna win most of the time. But if they make just like one mistake on defense, they're gonna just get destroyed by the big Golem push. Now, the really important thing is to figure out if the Golem player has a lightning or without lightning, because there's also the really popular Golem deck that you shared just yesterday with Helge, without lightning.
With and it looks like this is the deck.
I think this is it.
Crap. So I think this deck is so strong, honestly.
Yeah, all right. It is. So in this matchup, it's really important to just keep up the pressure, and you can you should still cycle a Hog even though you know that your opponent has Tornado and he's gonna activate the King Tower, because he's gonna get the King activation eventually.
Okay.
So
because really, otherwise, what are your options anyway, right? Like he's just gonna hit you super hard, because this deck is one of those decks that if they build up a huge push, there's nothing you can do. Like a huge push, you know?
So here I went went against one of my rules. I used Ice Golem in front of the Hog, even though he didn't have though there was nothing on the board. But I did it because I knew that he would have to play a lot of cards that don't really do anything on their own, just to defend against it.
Yep.
And when he's forced to do that, then I can use my Musketeer on defense against those cards, and then I can cycle back to another Hog. So.
Okay, totally see that. Okay, so no big spell in this deck. That's the only thing you have going for you. Otherwise, the deck sucks in terms of it's really strong. So you actually send in the Hog again. Unfortunately, that Baby Dragon does lock on, but you're able to mitigate the damage here. Nice kite on that Dark Prince too, so really nice defense there.
Yeah, in this matchup, it's really important, especially when they don't have a spell, is to always just defend the Musketeer. Force them to Tornado the Musketeer. Like there, yep.
Like
because
right
that's
there.
not really what they. Yeah. So so you really gotta defend the Musketeer at all times, especially in this matchup. And now I can just cycle.
You are making
Fireball,
it look so easy, man. And this is a matchup I get asked about all the time. But here, again, you're just doing such a good job protecting your Musketeer and keeping the pressure up like you told us about. Very well played.
Yeah. This and in this matchup, you don't have to play the Musketeer on the left of the tower. You can also play the Musketeer in front of the King Tower, depending on where his supporting units are, because you don't have to watch out for the lightning at all.
Awesome. All right, cool, man. Well, I think that was pretty self-explanatory. Good game. All right, here we go. Against this guy. We'll give the lucky... What is your favorite emote?
I think it's probably the Princess Peace sign, or if you want to throw it a little bit old school, there's the Goblin Knife. I'm going to show it after I defend this push.
Oh, the Goblin Knife. So it's bridge spam here. So this is a good one. We haven't covered this one yet, so we'll keep it. And against bridge spam, what are you looking to do? Because obviously they're usually playing pretty aggressive. You normally play aggressive. So how do you negotiate two aggressive decks going head to head like this?
Yeah, in this matchup, I play a little more passive and really rely heavily on the Musketeer on defense.
Okay.
The combination of the Musketeer and the cannon can do so much work against all of these like spammy cards. So that's really important, is to not waste your Musketeer and your cannon. Pretty much you always want to save the cannon for the battle ram. If you have like a sort of unorthodox situation, you can also play the cannon against like a Dark Prince or a Bandit, but preferably you'd like to only play the
three Musketeers.
Yeah, this is interesting because I actually don't think the three Musketeers are very good even after the buff. Just the fact that they take so long to spawn and be able to shoot, it's such a big weakness, because if you invest 9 elixir, you would prefer to be able to actually do some damage.
Yeah.
So the fact that you invest 9 elixir and then have to wait 3 seconds to be able to do damage, I don't think that the three Musketeers are very good because of that.
Okay. And he decides to just pump.
And then there's also, you always want to fireball the pumps.
Yep.
And then there's also the thing that even if they play the three Musketeers behind their King Tower, you can actually just fireball the King Tower and activate it and kill all 3 Musketeers, which I actually do sometimes.
Okay. All right. And what would be a situation? Ooh.
All right.
Nice.
Oh,
nice work. Nice work, man. Even I love the desperation Hog, but it works out for you. Hog gets all the way to the tower
maybe
too.
It gets the hit.
Yeah, man.
And it gets the tower.
Hog for the win. Okay, well, hey, I wasn't initially planning on keeping a 3 Musketeer, but I felt like we covered some important tips there, and it kind of applies to bridge spam too. So basically, against bridge spam, you're saving your cannon every time. You're using like either your skeletons or your ice golem for the bandit, and then against 3 Musketeers, you're just gonna fireball pump every single time, because you can always cycle back to it for the Musketeers, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, especially in double elixir. I mean, you can pretty much cycle 3 fireballs in one defense in double elixir.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, well, hey, well played there. Let's go to the next matchup. Alright guys, so listen up. We just played for an hour and a half of ladder, and we haven't found 3 of the matchups that I really wanted to share with you guys. So unfortunately, you're stuck with yours truly facing off against Rainbow. But basically, Rainbow, you're cool with kind of breaking down these matchups as we play, even if I'm not the best player with all these decks.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Sounds good. So I'm going to go ahead and put up a friendly battle. What's your favorite arena, man?
I think it might be the Frozen Peak.
Okay, alright, we'll go with it. Frozen Peak it is. Here we go. I'm going to start out with Royal Giant. So break down Royal Giant strategy to me as a 2.6 player.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously I want to start out with the Hog, and then in this matchup, you want to first figure out if your opponent has lightning. That's really important. And if he has lightning, then you want to space out your cannon and your musketeer, as you always want to do. And then one really key thing in the Royal Giant matchup is to utilize the skeletons to get a lot of chip damage against the Royal Giant.
Okay. So skeletons on Royal, similar to the Giant deck that we discussed.
Yeah.
And I'm actually going to go in with my first RG here. I've got the bad whatchamacallit placement, but we'll see. Furnace, that is. Oof. Alright. Well played there, well played.
In this matchup, especially in single Lexer, if they go in with the Royal Giant single Lexer, it's really good if you can pressure opposite lane, because then they won't really have anything to support the Royal Giant with. And if you have a cannon, a skeletons, or a musketeer in the cannon or something, that's enough to take out the Royal Giant.
Okay.
So now I'm just sort of waiting. Yeah, Royal Giant in the back is the proper play. That's the right thing to do.
Thank you. So on my end, I'm going to let this go here. Do this over here.
Alright, so yeah, so here again, you have the choice of either lightning the
well played.
musketeer or the and you see the skeletons, they do so much damage against the Royal Giant. It's really easy to underestimate them, but they do so much damage.
Yeah, no doubt. And here I'm actually going to go pretty aggressive again because I feel like I didn't have lightning in cycle at the time and I want to take advantage of the rage, but it looks like I'm not even going to get maybe just one hit on the tower. Ouch.
And just slowly, right now I just want to slowly chip down. I don't really want to overcommit. When I have the damage lead, I'm sort of forcing you to go aggressive, so I don't really want to waste that by overcommitting.
Yeah, and I noticed you didn't take that fireball bait right there.
No. Yep, I expected that.
Yep, you sure did.
But you still get some damage, so
I did. Yeah.
So now that we're a little more even, I'm still just gonna play it a little bit slow. I don't want to overcommit. But now that the Royal Giant's down, I'm just gonna go in with the Hog, force you up, force a furnace out of you. And then once again, the skeletons, they're really important. It's like using the skeletons properly is probably the most important part of this.
Wow.
Of this map.
It's great that you're talking about this too, because no one ever, I mean, at least on my video, when my uneducated assessment, I never really focus. I always try to tell my viewers how important playing your cycle cards are correctly is. But you're right, I never focus really on skeletons being the crucial part of any matchup.
Yeah, like the skeletons is they're so incredibly crucial. Also, if take a Golem deck for example, it's really crucial to play your skeletons so that the all of the Golem support cards, they go towards the middle. It's sort of what I like to do, because a lot of the times, especially all of the air units, they're usually played on the outside, so an Ice Golem can't pull them right away. but if you use the skeletons to kite them to the middle, and then you can kite it to the opposite lane with an ice golem.
Yeah, and well played, man. Jeez, making it look easy. So what do you think my big mistake there was on my end? Not that we're talking about Royal Giant decks, but do you think I should did I play too many Royal Giants at the bridge, not enough in the back, or
Yeah, I think you should only play the Royal Giant at the bridge if you know I'm low on elixir.
Okay.
Because it does actually I do have to have like a decent amount of elixir to defend. If I have like 7 or 8 elixir, it's pretty easy to defend. But if I only have like 5, then just a cannon, you're still gonna take like almost 1,000 damage just with the cannon. So you should really only play the Royal Giant in the at the bridge if you know I have low elixir.
Okay. All right. Well, makes sense. Now I have I'm gonna be playing you with bait.
All right.
All right. I'm ready. Let's do this. So, what is the general strategy against bait going to be for you?
Yeah, the first thing is I want to know if it's with or without a building. Because if it's without a building, I want to play really aggressively with a lot of hogs, basically 24/7, and then use the Musketeer to clean up all the support. Because usually bait decks have rocket, so they can't really kill the Musketeer. So the Musketeer gets an insane amount of value.
Okay.
Yeah, this the main part of this matchup is utilizing the Musketeer properly.
Okay, cool. It seems like that's the main part of a lot of matchups.
Yeah. It is, but especially because of the fact that the bait deck doesn't have a fireball. Most of the time it has rocket. So because of that, it's like you get even more value out of your Musketeer.
Okay. And man, nice job keeping that Musketeer protected. Nice cycle cards and well played. Another hit for you. It's weird because I don't even know on my end if I should be Inferno Towering or
in this matchup it's really important to not take too much damage against the 2.6 because if you do that I can start firewall cycling. That's also a big part of this matchup.
Yeah.
Is knowing when to fireball cycle. It's harder to fireball cycle now than it was beforehand. It wasn't as hard like a year ago because there are a lot more I feel like offense is getting stronger and stronger. And also the spells don't do as much damage as they used to. They used to do like an insane amount of damage.
Sure.
So it's it's harder to fireball cycle now, but bait is one of the matchups that you want to fireball cycle in because it's really hard to get all the damage with the hog, especially if they have a Inferno Tower.
And man, you're decimating me so far. Finally, double elixir time.
And then also, you have to watch out if the princess is played at the bridge. That's also something that's important to watch out for.
Okay.
And then the Dark Goblins are actually one of the most annoying cards to play against.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! Caught me on the overcommit. Oh!
But I got a lot of damage as well. Yep. That was not ideal. I really wasn't. Yeah, I really didn't expect the Prince to get a hit as well. But
yeah. Prince OP, man. Prince OP.
Yep. Right, so good Inferno Tower actually.
Thank you. No big deal.
Playing at the bridge, so my fireball doesn't really do anything against it.
Ooh, Spirit Goblins, help me out, baby.
Yeah, they're chipping down. So now it's just really important to just keep up the pressure,
Man, this one's going deep. Sorry for not talking, guys.
Yes, this is a pretty hard match. It's a really close match.
Sure is.
Oh, the Musketeer! The Musketeer locked in the tower!
Oh no, are you serious?
The Musketeer!
No! I thought I avoided the fireball too. I was like, oh, I got you there. Oh man, well
was,
played, man. Well played.
yeah, that was a slight overcommitment with the last goblin barrel, and then
Okay.
just like yeah,
It's
that's
tricky.
also the danger of bait because it's really easy to overcommit against 2.6.
Yeah. I found the like situations where it worked out for me early in the match. Obviously, when I sent the juke barrel and the goblin gang and the prince and stuff. But then later, maybe I got a little bit greedy there with that last goblin barrel. But hey, man, the last matchup I wanted to cover on today's video. It's been a long video, but thank you for spending all the time with us. Is 2.9, which I saved to last because I am really not a 2.9 player at all, but I just wanted to cover the matchup anyway because I get asked about it quite a bit. So let's go ahead and hop into your favorite arena and break down 2.9 Xbow for us for 2.6 as a 2.6 Hog player.
Yeah, so this matchup, it's really important to keep in mind that you have quite a few different counters to the Xbow. You have the first of all, you can just use a hog on it. If it's not the preferable defense, but if you don't really have anything better, you can do that. And then you have a musketeer protected by maybe an ice golem. Then you have the cannon as well, protected by like an ice golem or something. So you really have like 3 different options. And then you can also spell it out. So you have like a lot of different options.
Okay.
And what you want to do is you want to switch up what you do. You don't want to make it predictable. So you want to use pretty much like every time I play against 2.6, I use all different methods throughout the match to counter the Xbow, because that makes it really hard to predict.
Okay. Makes sense to me. So a lot of switching up here. I don't think you'll get a hit. Will you? Will you? Will you? Okay.
Ooh, no. That was close. That was really close.
That was close. I'm going to go in with Xbow here. Let's see what you got for me.
Alright, so. And then I both defend and go in the opposite lane at the same time.
Ooh, I don't like that, man. Not cool.
And then a log. It doesn't. Yeah, see, you get a.
I got a little tiny bit of damage, but maybe I overcommitted with my archers there.
Yeah, that's it. It's so hard because especially when I played the hog after you played your Xbow, because you don't really know if you wanna try and capitalize on the fact that I just went aggressive as well, or if you want to defend and just try and reset. And that's where, because I've played this matchup so many times, especially when 2.9 was really popular. I played this matchup so many times, so I sort of know when you can afford to go in with the hog and when you can't.
Okay.
And the players that maybe haven't played the matchup as many times as I have, they don't really know what to do when I play a hog like that. So it's also just sort of using the knowledge that I already have on when you can go with the hog and when you can't. And it's really hard to set up rules about when you can and when you can't. It's really something that you gotta play a lot to learn.
Yeah, well, that didn't feel good. I'll tell you that much right now.
Oh!
Alright. Problem here is that you have Fireball, yeah.
Yeah. You really want to rely on the Fireball as well. And then I'm just gonna take the little bit of damage. It doesn't really matter. Oh wow, the cannon blocks. I didn't actually expect that.
Yeah, right. Not cool, man.
Okay, Fireball, and then just the hawk. Like when I play like that, there's really no chance of getting any damage.
Yeah. Jeez, man, I can't. Yeah, man, you're really whooping me here.
Yeah, that's the thing with this matchup. Once you figure out how to play it, you have so many different answers to the Xbow.
Right.
And now I can just cycle a little more.
Oh my god. Yeah, you've already beat me. Oh my god, dude. Wow, well played. Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The key in this matchup is switch up the ways you defend the Xbow. Make it unpredictable.
Yeah, man, that was tough.
Because you have so many. Yeah, you have so many different sort of methods to defend the Xbow, and that's the #1 mistake in this matchup for 2.6 players. There's some 2.6 players they only play like Ice Golem Musketeer, and if you play against a really experienced 2.6 player, they can they can maybe prediction Fireball and hit both the Ice Golem and the Musketeer, and if you get into a situation where the Xbow locks on and you don't really have anything, you pretty much lose. So it's really important to switch up the ways you defend against the Xbow. That's really the key to winning the matchup.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, dude, I've taken up so much of your time. Thank you for spending, like, essentially your whole day with me. I'm sure my viewers will really, really enjoy all the tips that you provide through all of these matchups. If we forgot a matchup that you want us to come, maybe bring Rainbow back on and cover in the future, let me know in the comments below, guys. And Rainbow, thanks again, man. Any shout-outs, anything you want to plug here before we let you go?
Yeah, well, I mean, I have to shout out my team, Existence in SLO. We're going to Gamer G here in like a month's time.
Awesome.
So I mean, I have to shout out my team, and then if you want to follow me on Twitter at RainbowCR4, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Awesome. Well, Rainbow, thank you so much for coming on, man. It was a pleasure having you.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Hope you enjoyed this super-sized episode today. I hope you guys honestly took a lot out of it. I really, really enjoyed having Rainbow on to kind of school us through all the individual matchups. And apologies for me playing kind of lacklusterly at the end. So, guys, huge shout-out to Rainbow again, to Stats Royale, and, of course, to Bren Chong, my YouTube partner. Check out their information in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. And, as always, take care, guys.